S.Ladia. Today I'm going to present my research with the title An Analysis of Moral Value in Novel Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald. An analysis of moral value in novel Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald. A novel is a form of literature. A novel is a story about a research of authentic facts that organize the whole world of novel inventing, not extinct. Novel is normally a prose work of quick summary, complexity which attempt to reflect and express something of the quality or faults of human experience or conduct. Sailor 1981. Novel as a literary genre offers a model that contains the value of life. Values are closely related to humans in terms of ethics, organize human life. Aesthetic values relate to visualizes the values of interior by which humans understand about their religion and the religious belief. In addition, according to Burns, the value is something that intends for us, something that we look for, something that pleases, something that love and sort. Value is something good. Value has a good connotation. Likewise, the moral values are the message that was delivered by someone in a work of true values, which is related to the human glory. Okay, we will move to the next slide. There is a problem statement based of the background of the research. The writer proposes a single statement. The problem of the research is: what is the moral values of the author tries to convey in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory novel? The purpose of the study is to analyze the moral values that the author tries to convey in the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory novel. Okay, for the next slide, we will discuss about literature review. There is a tree, there is a literature, novel, and moral. The first I will discuss about literature. Literature is a term used to describe written or spoken material. Broadly speaking, literature in any writing work, etymologically, the term comes from the Latin "entura", literature, which means writing consisting of letter. Also, some definition including words that are pronounced or chanted. And the next is novel. Novel, the word comes from the Italian novella, which means the new stuff, the small. The novel developed in England and America. The novel was originally developed in the region from other forms of non-fiction, such as later biography and history. And the next is moral. Moral is the doctrine of what good and bad is generally accepted concerning action. application. Moral for include unlimited problems, covers all pieces of the life and life. All problems that cover human dignity. These literature were created by the author must contain certain values that will be contained to the router, for example, moral values. The last we will discuss about method of the research. And the research strategy use qualitative method and included the descriptive research, which the most of the data were collected in the form of words. Usually, it describes the work in narrative forms. The research used the qualitative method in order to describe the moral values generally and the satisfactory knowing qualitative research. The research, the research is the main instrument to gather all the required data. By applying the theory, interpreting the data by searching the moral values and the last making the conclusion beside data analysis. The data are categorized into how the author conveyed the moral values throughout the main character of this novel. And the next, the procedure of data collection. The data, the depth of the research are narrative described and dialogue with from the novel. First, the writer read the entire novel and determine the moral values contained in the story. Second, the writer to literary review relate to moral values beside on the theoretical foundation in chapter 2 and collecting the important data. Collection and analysis the data relate to the research. The technical of collecting data in this research is by gathering all the data from library research and other supporting material that are relevant to this research. All of the data were read carefully and divided into the suitable parts of this research. The sources of data in this research were defined into primary and secondary sources. The procedure of analyzing the data. After the data are collected, the next step in analysis the data is the process to obtain and research. The writer determines the moral values from making the sentence as quotation. The writer will classify the important data and remove unimportant data. Data relation. The does not relate to moral values in the novel. The data will be analyzed based on the chosen theory that accepted in chapter 2 by using the quantitative method and theoretical foundation. The writer will find out the conclusion of the research.